It's like act one, scene one, maybe.
Maybe, we'll see.
Oh, there we are. Look at that.
Maybe like a little.
There, you feel it? You feeling yourself? You liking the lighting?
Yeah,
you feeling?
nice.
You feeling glorious?
Nice. It's very nice.
Okay. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to have Micaylyn, the Detroit Unicorn, here with me today. Yes. So today we're going to be talking about self-esteem and natural hair, as well as hair type favoritism, just to have a little real girl talk, natural hair talk with you guys. So, Micaylyn, introduce yourself to my amazing
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me. But I am 23. Like she said, my name is Micaylyn, and I'm actually a natural hair YouTuber and brand influencer. So,
for sure.
Let's get it poppin'.
Oh, and I'm gonna have her stuff linked in the description below, guys, so check her out.
Check me out.
So the first question is, what was your childhood like having natural hair?
Whew. It was, I feel like everybody can relate to this story where it's like, you know, having natural hair wasn't the wave.
It wasn't the move,
you know,
right.
like it was like you have it because you had to, you know, you wear the little twist or the braids with the barrettes and stuff.
Yeah.
But the dream was to straighten my hair, like
it was, yeah.
you know, but I could never do it because it makes you look too grown, you know, you look too grown if you got straight hair. So I had to wait. I finally got to like 6th grade or something.
Okay.
And I could straighten my hair, and ever since then, like, I just never went back.
Never went back.
I always straightened my hair every 2 weeks until I was about 18 maybe.
Okay.
So a while.
Oh, I mean, like forever-ish, like
Forever.
back in the day.
And you know, that's just what you did, you know, because straight hair was better, it was prettier, and then after you started getting your hair straightened, your hair is not done unless it's straight.
Yeah.
So
like everything's just...
Yeah, it was definitely never like a loving relationship with my natural hair.
So did you go to like a predominantly, like, did you go to school in Detroit?
Yeah, I went to school in Detroit. But even then, you know,
like everybody else,
it was
also,
still,
that was the move.
it was either you had some weave, which was still straight, or you straighten your hair.
See, I feel like, so I had a very different experience. So I grew up in a white neighborhood and went to a white school, but even there, like obviously like natural hair wasn't the wave, but I had like the added struggle that my mom was white.
Okay.
So she had no idea what to do with my hair, and where we lived there was like no one who could even like straighten my hair. So we went through a lot of phases. Not gonna lie, I went through a lot of phases. Like, you know, at one point I had dreads, and like the kids called me Medusa. Like I had my hair natural, and I was called like SpongeBob and Sheep and all kinds of weird. You know, they don't know what to call it, right? Because it's all different.
Trying to make up stuff.
But yeah, it was just, I'm with you. Like, as soon as my mom realized we could straighten my hair, that was probably like 8th grade for me, and it was just like, I'm with you every 2 weeks, and like F the sports, F sweating it out every day.
It was straight no matter what. And then I actually moved from Detroit to the suburbs and started going to a predominantly white school. And it was weird because they used to ask me weird questions even though my hair was straight.
Yes.
You know, so like I just had, well, we do have completely different hair, but it was like my hair was from another planet.
Yeah.
You know, like they asked me if black people could color their hair.
Yes.
Like, I know you've seen black people with color hair.
Man.
Can you color your hair? Can it do this? Can it do that? Can I touch it? You know, like,
how did you feel about
perm do?
Like, did you let people touch it? Like, wasn't that like such the debate?
It's
like
so weird.
Like, can I touch? And you're just like, can you? Like,
why? Right? You know, it's like, do you really want to put your? I don't know where your hands have been, but you don't know where my hair has been.
Right, or what I have in here.
You just want to put your hands in it.
Well, I think my biggest thing was like, you know how long it took to even get this?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know what you're gonna do to ruin it, but it's not gonna look the same. It's not gonna look the same. So do you feel like there was a lot of girls with similar hair to you in the media as you grew up, whether it was in the movies or in the magazines? Like, did you feel like, and then how did that kind of affect your view on your hair?
It's funny because growing up, like, you know, 90s and stuff, we had Moesha and like the Parkers and, you know,
sister
right, and all that. So they did wear their hair kind of natural. Like we saw braids with Moesha, you know, Living Single, you know, they all had different types of hairstyles. So I feel like there was different examples of hair and black hair. But from every other aspect of life it was you need to have your hair straight. So I don't even think I even registered like, oh, these are black women on TV and they have braids, so like, you know, maybe I'll try braids or something like that, or they're wearing their natural hair. I didn't even know what that meant. Yeah, you know.
So when you went natural, or in the process of going natural, like how long did it take you to kind of really manage your hair and learn how to do your own hair?
Can I say like last year?
You can be honest.
I've been natural since I started transitioning 2013 and I big chopped 2014. Ooh. So it's been about 4 years since I've been fully natural, and I really want to say like last year is when I finally got my routine down.
Like the stars aligned.
Like everything just clicked. No matter what I did to my hair, it just kind of worked. Like I finally mastered the wash and go, which I thought I could never do. I have type 4 hair, and if you don't know what type 4 hair means, it's basically the coarsest texture of hair. So my curls are very, very small and therefore kinky and very coarse. And I just thought like I can't do wash and goes. That's for girls with like, you know, looser hair textures. I finally mastered the wash and go, so you can do a wash and go. You can do it. If you have type 4 hair, you can do a wash and go. But so I feel like now me and my hair are like friends. Before it was like we had good days, we had bad days. Now we like we best friends. We kind of cool now. So
that's what's up though.
Yeah, it took a while. It's definitely a process.
No, I mean, I'm with you. So I didn't, you know, because YouTube wasn't a thing until like the last, I would say like, what, 5-10 years?
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't get to learn how to do my hair until college, because that's when I actually met other female black women who were like, girl, we gonna work that all out. Okay, we gonna help you out. So yeah, it was definitely like, and I think even now, like, it's still sometimes like hit or miss. It's just like when I try new things, I'm like, ooh, that did not go as planned. But you always have like the basics that you like can finally get down and go to.
Definitely.
So one of the big questions is between having straight hair and having natural hair. Like, how do you feel like having the different styles of hair? Like, how did that affect your self-esteem? Did you feel like when your hair was straight, did you ever feel like, man, I'm letting down my ancestry, or you were just still very confident? And even now as you rock natural hair, do you feel like you're still missing a little bit of self-esteem with it?
I would feel like I have more self-esteem now that I'm natural than I did when I had straight hair. And I think because with straight hair, one, the maintenance is so much and it takes so little to mess it up. You know, so like I can get my hair straightened, and if it decides to pour down raining tomorrow, you know, or I get caught in the rain or something happens, or I'm moving a little too much and start sweating it out, you know? So it's so much that can mess up straight hair. So it's either done or it was like, it's time to get it done.
Get that ponytail, you know that.
And then, but you had to have straight hair. So I was like, dang, I just gotta go get my hair done again. I have to go get it straightened again because that's what looks good, you know? But now it took a while. I will say, like, the transition period is definitely more than just hair, but it's your mindset when you're starting to go natural, you know? And you really have to accept yourself again. And I really feel like now I have more confidence and more self-esteem and feel more connected to my ancestors, because this is literally what grows out of my hair. And I feel like, you know, your DNA, this is a mixture of everybody that came before you. And being light-skinned, having hazel eyes, you know, so when my hair was straight, I was called the white girl all the time, especially growing up in Detroit, you know. So I was the white girl all the time, but once I went natural,
game changer.
Like, you cannot say that I'm the white girl anymore because I have the coarsest hair texture. So that really gave me more confidence, because I mean, it's kind of bad, but it made me feel more black, you know, like I didn't have to go through like, oh, what are you mixed with, or, you know, are you white, blah blah blah. Like, now you look at me and you're like, oh yeah, she's black. She's black, you know. Like, and it still might be a question like, oh, you're a little mixed, but I'm black.
I feel you though. So what did you do, like, what are some things you did as you transitioned to help build your self-esteem, to really help start feeling confident with your natural hair?
So number one is I had a curl friend, and that's what I call it. But that's like when I started transitioning, one of my closest friends started transitioning as well. And that really helped with self-esteem on those days where you thought your twist out was coming out bomb and it didn't. And you need somebody to be like, it's okay, girl, you still look good, you know. So just having somebody who's going through that with you or has gone through that to just tell you, like, it gets better. Like, you know, like, it may look a mess now, but it gets better. And just to, like, you know, help you keep going. And also, even with that, I end up starting my YouTube channel right after I big chop. And then I started a student org on campus because I was still in school. And I started an organization called LoveNaturally, which is where my YouTube name came from. And we basically created a support group for people that were going natural or wanted to learn about going natural. And then it kind of grew from there. So from natural hair, then we started talking about self-esteem, you know, and just everything that's connected to natural hair. So just by doing that and then starting my YouTube channel and just sharing the knowledge and experiences that I went through while going natural really helped me to stay encouraged and while I'm talking to other people, you know, because I can't be like, oh, I hate my natural hair, and I have all these people come to me you know, for the confidence for their own selves, for their natural hair. So that really helped me, like, okay, I just gotta get through this. I'm gonna try new hairstyles, you know, so that not only can I learn about my hair and myself, but also share that knowledge with other people.
That's awesome. Like, that's so cool that you started an organization.
And it's still going. So it's like the 4th year. So even when I'm not there, it's still going. So like, I'm so happy.
A nice little legacy to leave behind. That's what's up. So do you feel like there is still a lot of hair favoritism in the media, but then also like in our own culture?
Definitely. And I feel like it's definitely getting better. You know, because like you mentioned before, like the media really plays a role in it. Now we have things like Black Panther and, you know, A Wrinkle in Time where, you know, they had, Oprah had natural hair. You know, different movies that are showing Black women with different textured hair. Because before, if you did see natural hair, it was either, you know, somebody who had hair like me had braids or something. And then if somebody had a texture like you, then they wore their big curly hair on TV, you know. But now it's changing. So I definitely feel like we're type 4 hair, coarser hair is being more represented and accepted, but it's still there, you know. It's still that, well, that's prettier, that's easier, or, you know, well, I don't think natural will look good on me because they think their hair won't look like that, because that's what natural is. But really, you just gotta learn your own hair and know what works for you. You know, and then that's when the good part of natural comes in, when you know how to take care of your own hair and stop comparing your hair to other people's.
And I think like that's a big thing, not just in hair, but like in a lot of stuff. Like even when people come to me about style, it's just like, what works for me is not going to be the answer for you, and unfortunately a lot of stuff is your own journey. You have to try on that really, like, you try on that trendy piece, like, for sure this is going to be me, and then you're like, oh shit, and you have to do it to know that it's not you. And I think like it's very important, especially when it comes to hair and all that kind of stuff, because same way, like, watch a YouTube video, like, I'm gonna nail this, fire, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? I thought we was here. I watched I did the instant replay twice, you know, backed it up, did it again.
Slowed it down.
Thank you. So that's a very, 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 like, important point. So I'm really glad you brought that up. So the last thing I think I have for you is, how can we help change this narrative? You know, especially like as someone, you know, for myself, like I'm still considered to have good hair, even though, I mean, for me it's a struggle, right? Like, so how can we help change the narrative, whether you do have coarser hair or you do have, you know, what is still kind of deemed as the favorite? Like, what can we do?
I feel like one would be educating yourself. You know, even though I don't have your type hair texture, I do like to read up on it, know what different hair textures are and can, you know, look like, so that way it's not as foreign, you know. Like, I feel like if you have a looser curl texture and then you see my hair and it's like, woo, that look like a lot of work, when, you know, really it is, but you just gotta learn your hair, you know. So if you know a little bit more, if you know about other textures, I feel like that can help change the narrative, because it's like, oh, it just looks different, but really, like, we both decondition, you know, we both have to deal with
about like a couple hours.
you know?
Right, exactly.
So that way, by you saying that, you know, I still struggle with my hair, because I would never think that. When I think of looser textures, and it's changing now, but like before, when I thought of looser textures, I'm like, man, they probably just wake up, throw a little water in their hair, and it's just like, it's perfect, and you just go about your day, and I'm sitting here 5 hours later twisting my hair. But you know, talking to you, you know, people with different texture, you learn like it's all a struggle.
It is, you know, because I mean, I know my biggest thing is I'm always like, there's not enough volume. Like I love like when I get to see like, you know, Forrest and all the thicker like textures. Like you guys get the afro,
definitely.
and I'm like, all right, girl. They're like, oh, you just pick it out, so I'm picking. I'm like, it's not doing the thing. It's not doing the thing. Like. No, so I totally agree. I think having the conversation really does help, because it's just like, you know, I think, like I said, as somebody who's considered having like good hair, like I've never thought my hair was good, and I feel like also having looser curls, like as you said, you kind of feel a little bit distanced from your ancestors, so people are always questioning you like, oh, you're not really black, oh, you're not really, you know, and you're never like black enough. And I think, you know, I'm already light skinned, and you already know that
I know the struggle.
You never black enough, and you never white enough, right? But then it's like when you have the added hair, it's just like,
oh, you really know.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of assumptions made. I remember, like,
definitely.
My boyfriend was like, oh, you're actually nice for someone, like, and I was just like, what the fuck to say? What are you trying to say? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, you know, thankfully he's got away with words.
Like, all right.
But you know, so definitely I think it's important, and that's really why I wanted to kind of bring you on my channel and have these conversations, because I think it's really important that we figure out ways to move forward and progress, and what we as individuals, right, and especially individuals with platforms can do to really help move things in the right direction.
Definitely. And I'm so happy that you're putting out a video about this topic, because it's not talked about as much.
No,
you know, like,
surprisingly.
It's definitely a thing, and it's a thing that everybody knows about. But it's kind of just not. Exactly. It's like, because everybody has those opinions, you know, and it's just kind of been built into our culture that like, oh, this is good hair and this is bad hair. One thing that we do in my org is we'll Google curly hair. And if you Google curly hair, you won't see natural hair. You'll see Caucasian women or mixed women.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
But if you Google like natural hair, or you know, kinky hair, coarse hair, nappy hair, you get black women,
right? And it's like, why is that?
Exactly. So it's a thing, but it's just kind of like a part of everyday life. You don't really think about it. So I'm really glad that we're doing this video and talking about it. And another thing that changed the narrative is just love people. You know, like,
girl,
why does it matter?
I mean, especially, bro, especially after the shooting that just happened in Santa Fe. Like, that's where I'm at. It's just like,
why?
There's already so much ugliness in the world. Like, why do people feel like they have to make other people's journey even harder, right?
Exactly. Like, why does it matter? You know, like, my hair looks different than yours, but hey, it's hair. You're a person, I'm a person. Right. That's all that should really matter.
Right, exactly. Like, it shouldn't be like mine's better than yours.
Exactly.
I totally agree. Well, all right, guys, that is all that we have today. I'm so glad that you stuck through it. If you have questions for me, for Micayln, videos you want to see, more collaboration ideas, all that awesome stuff, comment
down below.
And of course, like, and if you aren't already subscribed,
subscribe.
And also subscribe to her too.
Yes.
All right, see you guys next week.
Bye.